Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a brand new episode, and you know what? It is almost December. How was your November? So, thank you for the people who have subscribed. I am seeing that we are really growing, and the people who watch my videos every week, thank you so much. May God bless you. So today, we all know that on Sunday is fast, and apart from it being a new month, it's also World AIDS Day. And for us people living with HIV, World AIDS Day is a very important day because we get to meet to commemorate the people who have lived a nice life living with HIV and the people who went before us because of AIDS-related deaths. And to all of us who are champions, living beautifully, hosting a very tiny guest in our bodies, and we all get to come together and celebrate and commemorate this day very beautifully. So for this year's theme, it's communities making the difference. We get to see how communities can make the difference in ending new HIV infections and how communities can make the difference in reducing HIV/AIDS stigma. What we mean by communities is you and me. Communities are people living with HIV and people who are also not living with HIV. So for that person, because they say in HIV, if you're not infected, then you're definitely affected. So it doesn't matter where you really fall, but either way, you are part of the HIV community. And for this day, today on my YouTube channel, I get to host 4 amazing human beings who are part of the community of people living with HIV, who have been hosting the tiny guest very beautifully for very many years. You get to hear their stories, and you get to get encouraged, get inspired, and just have hope that there is life beyond a HIV positive diagnosis.
Hi, my name is Dorothy Onyango. I'm the Executive Director, Women Fighting AIDS in Kenya, and also one of the founder members. I was diagnosed with HIV some 29 years ago, and I think that has really made a difference in my life. It has changed my life, and not just my life, but with other women who were infected with HIV those many years when stigma was really, really high. But as a woman living with HIV, I took it upon myself to ensure that I also encourage other women. It was not an easy thing to do, because you remember those days we had those billboards that showed that HIV is equals to death, and we were seeing men who were emaciated, women, and of course that is where I placed myself. But I told myself that I will do something, because somebody else also counseled me and told me to just stay, live positively. Of course there was no medication then. That is like 29 years ago, early 90s. And it was not easy. We lived positively, we encouraged each other, and here I am today. In fact, my work involves empowering women living with HIV, and I have seen this happen over the years. They have lived their life positively. Some have gone to school, some have gotten married, they have had children, and for me that is my happiness. But what I see these days is that youth are really not following into our footsteps. I don't know whether it's because they are young, or they don't want to take instructions. But I believe that once you are diagnosed with HIV and you know exactly what to do, and also considering that some of us have been there to give HIV a human face, I think we are supposed to live our lives as any other person. Because I think HIV is a manageable disease. Once you take your medication properly, I don't think you have any problem. We can have our relationships. We don't have to be with people who are HIV positive. It's not a must, but if that is what you want, I think it's your choice. I personally have a negative partner, and he knows my HIV status, and of course we know how to protect each other. So that is another thing that really is a problem, because people don't want to share their HIV status with their sexual partners, and this is something very, very disturbing. For me, I feel very free when I share that with my sexual partner. And even when you're having sex, I mean, it is not something that you are scared about, because your other partner knows they can also support you. Even your family, if they know about your HIV status, they can really, really support you. My family has been very supportive, and in fact, for some reason, I've even become a doctor, because anybody who is HIV in their surrounding, they are always referred to me. And of course, my happiness is to make sure that I take care of them, I give them the information that is required, and really this has really made me proud. My happiness is to just see somebody else who is HIV positive, live positive life and continue with their life. That really makes me happy. I have actually written a book about my life with HIV, and some of the women that have gone through WOFAC who have been empowered, they have gone to school, they have continued with their life, and of course they have lived positively, and I think none of them out of this have died, and many of them that I know, because I know HIV is something that is really manageable if you listen to the instructions, if you read those informations, if you share with your friends, not necessarily going public, but it's something shared is you know, you make some, it makes you a little bit lighter of the baggage that you are carrying. So I want to urge the youth, especially now that some were born with HIV and they know their status, that to just stick to their medication, take their medication properly as is expected, and their lives they will live their lives normally, their sexual life, sexual reproductive health issues, you know, their family issues, their school issues.
Hi guys, my name is Pascaline Peter, known as Pasima Trevor on Facebook and other social media platforms, an HIV activist and living positive with HIV. As we all know, World AIDS Day is around the corner, and this year's theme is communities make the difference. Okay, how can the community make the difference about HIV? One, knowing what HIV is, having enough knowledge about HIV, how to prevent them, the measures to use, what to do in case you are exposed. Yeah. And how can the community help in ending stigma? One thing, the people living with HIV accepting themselves, loving themselves, for the society to love them and to accept them.
This is Kimutai Kimboi, and I'm a HIV disclosure ambassador. I've been living with HIV for the past 6 years, though I came to know it 4 years ago. And my life has just been, it has been a journey. So far, I really appreciate the people around me for the support they have shown me and the encouragement that they have shown me. And I can actually say that I'm living a happy life irrespective of my status. When it comes to the World AIDS Day, this is a very special day that the world is remembering, or rather is celebrating the milestones that we have encountered since HIV was first discovered, the progress that they have made, and the expectations that they have about the future. When it comes to this year's theme of the World AIDS Day, that is the communities making difference. To me, these communities refer to the people living with HIV. It refers to the stakeholders, that is people who actually work day in, day out to ensure that these people living with HIV get the best care. It also involves the caregivers, the service providers. This include the people working in the CCCs, and these people actually live as a community, because we all mutually benefit from our interaction.
So my name is Nelson Otoma. I work at NEFAC. NEFAC is a national empowerment network of people living with HIV. I work as a director, and my responsibility is to make sure that I provide strategic professional leadership that will ensure the visibility and voice of people living with HIV in all platforms and structures. So we work closely with the Ministry of Health, and we belong to the structures and processes of the Ministry of Health. The work of NEFAC is to mobilize communities, people living with HIV, mentor them, provide them with capacity so that they live the experience. We believe that the experience of living with HIV, which is a highly stigmatized disease, after you overcome it, you accept you have HIV, you have something to provide. So it is that what we harness and then we channel to the program. So this year we are talking about communities being at the center, and we think communities are important because they are the people who have lived it all. We have people who are now over 50, they were infected in their 20s. There were people who are now in their 30s, they were infected at birth, and they have managed to live. Not everybody has managed to live. Now, these people who have managed to live, we think they have some expertise and experience that they can offer to the world, and they have been doing it through groups like NEFA. So you go to facilities and you find mentor mothers. You have people who are in post-test clubs, you have people who are in support groups, and you have people who are doing advocacy at community level. And these people are the ones who, through their lived experience, they share with others, give them courage so that people take up more testing, treatment, and care. But we also partner with the Ministry of Health in facilities, and we provide services, like I've talked about mentor mothers.
Basically, this is a very critical thing, and actually it brings us, it unites us, and it actually makes us like, if feel like every one of us has a role to play in society as much as HIV is concerned. So it involves a lot of activities, like supporting someone living with HIV, ensuring that he gets the best services in terms of medication, in terms of health monitoring and all that. And also, when it comes to like the caregivers, it actually shows them how they can best support these people living with HIV. So it's actually it's a big thing, and it's bringing us together, and it's of mutual benefit to all of us as a society or as a community.
To anyone living positive, when you test HIV positive today, it's not the end of the world. There is life after our HIV positive results. To those negative, take care of yourself, use protections when need be, and let's say no to new HIV infection.
And as people living with HIV, many of us are working with communities. It is our responsibility to ensure that we support and encourage those people within the community. Communities make a difference, and we have done it before, and we urge you to continue doing that.
Do not forget to subscribe, to share, and to like, and let us interact on the comment section. Thank you so much.